So in this video, I'm just going to show you a real life example of how to grow an online business. This is exactly what I'm doing right now, how I'm growing my business, and also what I help my private clients with as well. So basically, first thing, like the most important thing is like, what are you working on? Because everyone has relatively the same amount of time in the day. There's thousands of different things you could work on in the business. But what's the number one thing you actually need to work on that's the biggest lever to pull, or the thing where you can put the smallest amount of effort into and you see the largest result? All right, that's called the constraint. All right, so goal one with this is you need to identify the number one constraint in your business. All right, what's the number one thing that you could do to 2x your business right now? So usually for a lot of, like, let's say coaching businesses or under $30,000 a month, the vast majority of the time it's just gonna be lead gen. Like, you just need to book more calls. Like, that's gonna be the easy lever you can pull to 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, sometimes 10x the business by just booking more qualified sales calls. All right, if you're above that mark, could get a little bit more complex. So for example, for us, number one constraint right now being close rate. All right, close rate is not where it needs to be or where it could be. I know it's the one thing that we could 2x the business when fixing this. And so that's what we're focused on right now. And so what do I do? Now that I identified the number one constraint, how do I actually fix it? Like, how do I attack this? So second thing I did here is I basically allocated as much resources as possible towards fixing it. All right, so I've invested $15,000 into a mentor, someone who has a proven track record of being like literally the best in the business at this one thing. I've spent 2 to 4 hours about every single day for the past 45 days working on it. So this is training, studying, reviewing calls, etc. I've done this for the past 45 days. So consistent, obviously, like financial allocation and then time allocation to fix this one thing. Because I know, again, like if I just do this one thing, I can 2x the business. All right, I've identified this. All right, and so with this, like, you need to do the same thing. So whatever your constraint is, if it's lead gen, for example, I would invest into someone who's very good at lead gen. I would spend time on it every single day. If you can generate 2x the leads, just spending 2 hours a day, like that is so worth it. So you need to do that. Your constraint is the number one thing you should be working on. All right, I talk to business owners sometimes, and I'll hear the silliest thing out of their mouth. It's like, oh, well, talk to them, they're like, oh yeah, I mean, lead gen's the number one thing. Gotcha, so this is the missing piece, like, stop me from doubling the business right now, from hitting 50K a month or 30K a month, but whatever their goal is. They're like, yeah, like, it's literally the only thing. And then when I ask them about like how much time they have to like fix the problem, they're like, oh, well, I'm super busy right now, so I don't really have time to fix it. I mean, that's a problem. I mean, that mindset is a problem. How you view the situation is a problem. If we just clearly identified, hey, lead gen is the number one constraint in your business, what else could possibly be more important than you spending time and resources towards fixing lead gen? You just said it's the number one most important thing, and you're choosing to neglect it because you have this belief of, oh, I just don't have time for it. And so obviously you're going to stay stuck if you just choose to believe that. Instead, you can obviously just look at your schedule, delegate, automate things, remove things from your schedule so you can actually fix the number one thing that's stopping your business from growing right now. All right, so you need to do this. You need to allocate time, resources, whatever you have towards fixing the problem. This can be the fastest way to grow your business. All right, and then basically results so far with this. So about 45 days into taking this seriously, we've seen a 44.89% increase so far, absolute increase. All right, meaning like if all other variables remain consistent, the business will grow by 44.89%. So for example, let's say if your business was doing $100,000 a month, this would result in about 145K a month. If your business is doing just 10K a month, that's not that much. You go to about 14K a month. So with this, obviously, when your business is at a higher revenue level, these jumps tend to get smaller. So 44%, obviously, if you're in the hundreds of thousands, is a bigger jump. If you're in just tens of thousands, it's not as big, but it's still something. All right, so keep that in mind. This is really the process is a real life example, literally what we're doing right now, and what I'm working on. And it's been going well, but obviously not all the way there. I think we can definitely get this up to like literally that 2x mark, so 100% increase. I do believe we can do that, so I'm going to keep on working towards this problem to get to that point, because I do think that's still the number one constraint in the business right now. And again, if we just fix that one thing, we have another 50, 60% here to unlock towards growth in the business. So I'm very excited about it. But yeah, literally follow this process in your business. If you're an online coach, this is exactly what you need to do. Identify the number one constraint. If you're starting out, if you're under that 30K a month mark, again, it's very likely going to be lead generation, just generating more qualified leads. Because if you have that, you have more at bats, you have more sales that will take place. All right. I mean, I talked to a lot of people, they're relying on word of mouth, referrals. They just have no real system to generate leads. If that's you, it's lead gen. Like you just need a system to actually generate leads consistently. Because if you go from, again, many people I talk to, they're only booking 2, 3, 5, 10 sales calls a month, something that's super small, super inconsistent. If you just go from that, let's say 10 sales calls a month to 50, that's a 5x in the business. And obviously if you're only booking 5, that's a 10x increase in the business just by doing one thing. And so that's huge. That's massive. And so that is the one thing you need to focus all of your resources towards. So that's what the big thing of this video, how you actually grow a business like in real life, is the theory constraints. Identify the constraint, fix it, and then we repeat this process. So once this is fully fixed for us, we're going to work on the next thing, which I already have an idea of what that is going to be. But yeah, that's really the process. Fix the constraint, and then repeat it. Identify, okay, what's the next big constraint stopping us from 2xing again? All right, then let's do that. All right, so that is really a real life process. Hope this is helpful. If you are an online coach and you want my one-on-one help to actually grow your business, do this process with you and actually install our proven client acquisition systems into your business so client acquisition is no longer the constraint, click the link below and we can chat about what that looks like. And yeah, click that link below if that's you, and I'll see you there.